Hello guys, welcome back. So now here in this session we'll talk about posting key again. So posting key means some explanations I have given in the previous session, and once again. So generally, what is the use of posting key, guys? I said in the previous session that posting key means when the transactions are getting posted, right? When the transactions are getting posted, so whether it is a debit transactions or credit transactions, right, that is going to be determined by that debit and credit. Instead of debit and credit, we are going to use this posting key. Okay, now so let's suppose rent account is going to be debited, and if this is the entry, right, so instead of debit and credit, what is happening, we can use posting key. Not only these posting key, guys, multiple posting keys are there. Okay, during customer entry, different posting key will be there. During vendor related entries, different posting key will be there. Asset related transactions posting, different posting keys will be there. Material related transaction posting, different posting keys are there, right? So multiple posting keys are there. Now again, so do we need to remember all these posting key? So my answer was no. In the previous session, I already said this, that no need to remember the posting key. No need to remember the posting key. In most other transactions, what is happening, guys? Now the transactions, while transaction posting, system is going to determine this posting key automatically. System is going to determine this posting key automatically. So debit and credit side of the transactions, right? Whether it is debited or credited, that is going to be determined by system with the help of posting key. If you guys are able to remember the screens of posting key, in the sense like I would have told you already. So if you check this posting key 40, so there will be a radio button, whether it is debit or credit, right? So that will be selected, debit side or either debit or credit. Radio button means only one can be selected. The major important things what you need to know is here. So posting key decide and debit and credit side of transactions, that is pretty simple. Everyone knows, right? But it also control the field status of documents or transaction. Okay, that very less people know. Difference between the field which is being controlled by posting key and the field which is being controlled by field status variant, because the similar things, it controls the field status of a document, or it controls the fields which appears at the time of transaction posting. The similar thing I would have explained here. You get here field status variant. So that is also, field status variant means that is also going to control the fields which appears during transaction posting, right? And even posting key also control the same thing, right? Posting key also control the same thing, also control the fields which appears during transaction posting. So the question was, what is the difference between these two? One side I am saying that fields are being controlled by field status variant, other side I am saying that fields are being controlled by posting key. So I'll tell you guys, yes, certain differences are there. Certain differences are there. What are the differences? Okay. Pretty simple, guys. Try to understand here. So before that, what I have to say, I would like to add one thing. Okay. And even there was a question also in the group, right? I think Who was asked? Somebody asked. I think Rakesh was posted this question that I'm trying to set up this document type and I'm trying to create the document type for my company code. So all document type I'm trying to come, right? So I said like, okay, in the next session I'll explain. Now look at here guys. So there are certain settings. Okay, there are certain settings which is called client level setting. Try to understand guys. And there are certain setting which is called company code level setting. Company code level setting and client level setting. Okay, what is the difference between company code level setting and client level setting, right? And how to determine which one is a company code level setting and which one is a client level setting. Okay, this is called client level setting and this is like, so two settings are there. One is called client level setting and the other one is called company code level setting. So guys, if we talk about client, look at here, when we are going to log in, when you guys are going to log in, this is the server. Let me log in here. Okay, so look at here, this is a code client 800. In real time, what happened? In real time, what is happening, guys? In real time, this code could be 200 also, 100 also, 300 also. That can be set up by basis consultant. So what is this client 800 or 200 or 100, whatever it is? Here it is showing 800. This is a practice server. It's okay. So this client code, what is this client code? It means you can say that this entire, whatever this server, we are going to log in here, right? In this server. Okay. So there is a client code here 800. It means under this server, like whatever the settings are there, right? These entire settings are under this client. Okay, under this client 800, what is happening? Entire settings are there. Entire settings means all this whatever settings we have done. Let me log in. All the settings. Like if you talk about OX02, here the company code. Look at here. How many company codes are created, guys? Multiple company codes are created. Several company codes are created. You can look the number here. 841. It could be 1000, it could be 2000, it could be 1500, it could be 600, it could be 500, depends upon like, because if you talk about this SAP server, right? So SAP server means it's online server, and this server is having a particular storage capacity, guys. So what happened, every let's suppose after 4 months or 5 months, this server is going to be formatted, so that because whatever the data are getting stored, if you guys do the practice, you guys are doing practice, isn't it? So whatever the data you guys are, like let's suppose you have created your company code, you are doing all the settings. So when you are posting certain transactions, if you create certain things and if you save it, so those details are getting stored somewhere, right? Where it is getting stored, those data, whatever we are posting, that is getting stored somewhere. When we create something, that is getting stored somewhere, isn't it? So where these all data, let's suppose I'm going to set up a new company code. So some more thing I have added, and when I save, it is getting stored somewhere, it is getting saved somewhere. Where it is getting saved? Is it going to use your computer hard disk, your laptop hard disk? No, there is a particular server there, a particular, like, you can say somewhere there is a, at some places there is a storage area where it is getting stored, there it is getting stored, right? It is not getting stored in your laptop. So even though what will happen, guys, why this like ERPs, what is the benefit? As I said in the previous session, earlier session, that let's suppose earlier in the sense like in past we used to use like registers and all. What happened if any natural calamity came, if anything came, isn't it? If any mishap happened, in that case, let's suppose the entire registers itself gone. It means what will happen? It is very difficult to recover all those things. Now what is happening here in SAP? Even though entire system is there in the particular, like let's suppose organization is using this SAP entire system, and laptop or desktop, whatever is there, it is there in office. Even though entire office was destroyed, still when you talk about the SAP server room, that is highly protected, and in that case what happened, guys? If the server room is safe, then entire data are safe. And always people maintain the backup also. The backup is also being maintained, so that let's suppose if the server room is also damaged, let's suppose if the SAP server room, let's suppose, is damaged, still somewhere the backup is also there. So entire data is going to be, now in this case what happened, your laptop is there, let's suppose if any, like let's suppose if any bug has taken place, or is any technical issues are there, laptop has fallen, it was broken, it's okay. There is no any impact on your this configurations or settings whatever you have done in SAP. Even if you're going to buy a new laptop also, again you can install and you can start from same, because all your settings are as it is in this server, and servers, the data are getting stored somewhere, server is being maintained somewhere, so your entire data are safe, right? So now this, what I mean to say, this entire configurations whatever we have done, those entire configurations are being done under a particular client code. Look at here at bottom, here if you click, so here which client, 800, right? Which user ID, this is user ID, which transaction code, everything is appearing here. If I click transaction codes, then here you can see which transaction code. So generally what happened, this entire settings, we have created multiple company code, right? We are having OBA7, that is document type. We are having multiple document type. We are having multiple posting key. We have created like I have created one posting period variant. Likewise, you all have created one posting period variant, or two posting period variant. So these all settings are there. These all settings, in the sense all the creations we have done, right? So where these all settings we have done, under which client? Client 800. So what will happen, guys? Now client is the highest level setting, right? Within this client itself our entire configuration is there. So which one is the top level, guys? Right? You can say client is just like, say for example, now, so how to, if you talk about hierarchy positions and all, client is just like this earth, right? In on earth itself entire countries are there, so client is just like earth, right? On earth itself, India, Australia, UK, US, whichever countries are there, every countries are there. Company code, you can say company codes are just like countries, right? What about the company? It is a group company, so you can say like this continents, Asian continents, then we are having South America, North America, Europe, like that, isn't it? In this way we can. So client is the highest level setting, guys. Within this client itself, when you log in, I said like when you log in, then one client code is appearing. Somebody asked like what is this client code? So under this client code itself, we are having all the settings. Can we have multiple client code? Yes, we can have. But again, this is a separate discussions, isn't it? At this point of time, it is not possible to explain, because again in that, like, multiple things will come into picture, and this client is going to be set up by basis consultant itself. Okay, now, so right now what is happening, whatever settings we have done, all the settings, all the configurations are being done under this client only. If I have to log in, I'm using my user ID, password, everything, and I have logged in under this client. It means our entire configurations, whichever we have done, I have created company code, fiscal year variant, posting period variant, all the settings we have done under which client, guys? Client 800. Okay, so client is the highest level setting you can see. Within this client itself, I have created company, I have created company code, I have created each and everything. Okay, that is the one thing. So what is called, guys, I said now whichever settings we have to do, settings are going to categorized into two part: client level setting and company code level setting. Here lots of people are getting confused, even though the entire training is completed. And what happened, guys, still they'll be having confusion to understand this client level setting and company code level setting. Every time I get multiple call, guys, and like, it's not possible, it's impossible to answer every calls and all, but still, like, a regular basis I have a talk with the people, right? And when we have like a discussions and all, this basic things they are unable to understand. I'm saying that training is completed, right? I want to go for project training, I want to go for this, I want to go for that, isn't it? So that is why, or else I want to go for interview question and answers, I need. So that is the problem, right? If training is completed, why do you want to go for interview question and answers? Interview questions are not coming from somewhere, from like a universe or somewhere, right? Interview questions means whichever things we are teaching, from the same topic people are going to ask the questions. So if you have a perfect understanding about a particular topic, do you think that you need to have an interview question and answer, right? If you have a thorough understanding and perfect knowledge of particular topic, let them ask whatever they, in the sense I'm talking about interviewer, right? So now here client level setting and company code level setting. So client is the highest level, right? Within the client itself, within this client 800, our entire settings are there. Okay, so highest level. Now, so what is the difference between client level settings? So I'll tell you, guys, generally what happened. So within the client, now what is the important setting, guys? First of all, we have to create a company code, and then we are going to set up this all settings, in the sense posting period variant, fiscal year variant, field status variant, and all these settings are going to be assigned one by one to the company code. But as I said, not everything, certain configurations are going to be assigned to the company code, certain configurations are not going to assign to the company code. When you say, like, let's suppose posting period variant, what happened, guys? Posting period variant. So posting period variant, if you create this posting period variant, we have to assign this posting period variant to company code, right? Let's suppose I have created a posting period variant PPPV. Okay, how SAP will come to know that this posting period variant we have created for Tata Motor or Tata Steel or Tata Chemical? So after creation, you must have to assign this to your company code, right? This is our company code, so you must have to assign. So now what will happen, guys? Whenever we are going to, so here dependency is there. This posting period variant must be assigned to the company code, right? Without assignment, it cannot be used by system. If you don't assign posting period variant to the company code, then How SAP will come to know? So assignment is required. So this is what is happening, guys. This is called company code level setting. Even though you have set up, but you must have to assign, then only we can use this for a particular company code. Okay, so this is company code level setting. If you have created this TPPV as a posting period variant and you have assigned to TM22, it means this posting period variant can be used by only TM22. Okay, for this company code. Later on, let's suppose we are having Tata Steel. So if Tata Steel also want to use the same posting period variant, same you have to assign to Tata Steel also. Okay, so look at here, guys. If you have assigned the same posting period variant to Tata Steel, then only Tata Steel can use it. Okay, so without assignment, it is not possible to use by company code. So this is a company code level setting. We have created posting period variant. You must have to assign it to the company code. When you assign, then only it is going to be. So let's suppose this is the posting period variant. Now, how many company code can use this posting period variant, guys? Only two company code, because assignment is there with the two company codes only. Now, the next one is fiscal year variant. Fiscal year variant. Okay, so let's suppose fiscal year variant is also, we have created this fiscal year variant. Now what will happen? So you must have to assign to your company code. If you assign this fiscal year variant to the company code, then only this fiscal year variant is going to be used, right? So multiple fiscal year variants are there. Multiple fiscal year variants are there, right? Are you going to use any fiscal year variant? No. You can use only one fiscal year variant. And which one? Whichever is going to assign against your company code, that only is going to be considered. That fiscal year variant only is considered. SAP has already given, I'll tell you guys, when the SAP server is going to be installed by the basis consultant. So by default, certain settings will be there, right? By default, certain settings means, let's suppose certain fiscal year variant will be pre-delivered by SAP. If you talk about April to March, we are using right now. So non-calendar year. April to March means already one reference fiscal year variant V3 is given by SAP. If you talk about Jan to December, for that a reference fiscal year variant is already given by SAP. If you talk about July to June, for that a reference fiscal year variant is already given by SAP, right? So just to teach you people and to make you understand lots of things in fiscal year variant, I have created that so that you guys will be able to understand the usage of things, in the sense like how exactly it is going to be set up. Or is generally, if I have to set up a fiscal year variant, let's suppose April to March in real time project, in the sense when I'm going to be part of implementation team, or if I have to implement SAP, let's suppose in a particular organizations. So of course these all settings we have to do, whatever we are doing right now and whatever we have to do in upcoming season. So I have to set up fiscal year variant April to March. Am I like, do I have to create each and everything from beginning? No. Simply I'm going to copy this V3 because the reference fiscal year variant is already given by SAP for April to March, right? For July to June, a reference fiscal year variant is already given. Likewise, multiple reference fiscal year variant is given by SAP, which makes your work easy. So if you set up, it may take, let's suppose, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, whatever it is. If you copy, within few seconds it is going to be copied. Right? So it is going to save your time. Okay. So this fiscal year variant, which fiscal year variant? How SAP will come to know? April to March, Jan to December, July to June, October to September, which one is being used? So we have to set up this, whether you set up or you copy, both are same, right? So you have to set up this fiscal year variant, or else if it is already even like, let's suppose, can we use V3? Yes, you can use. You can either you copy and then you can, or else you assign the same fiscal year variant. So out of these all, you have to assign anyone against your company code. Then only what will happen, guys? SAP will come to know that yes, this is your fiscal year variant. So SAP has given multiple fiscal year variant, but out of which one you can use? Only one you can use, and that must be assigned to your company code. So this is a company code level setting. We have field status variant. Okay, what is the use of field status variant? It controls the fields. Which fields, guys? The fields which appears at the time of transaction posting. So we have multiple field status variant. I have created one. In the same way, you guys also have created certain field status variant. So out of these all field status variant, and I'll tell you, even field status variant is also certain field status variant will be delivered by SAP, default field status variant. Okay, so generally what happened when we have to set up field status variant, simply we have to copy the existing field status variant which is given by SAP. As a reference we can use. It is going to make your work quite easy. Or else if you set up a field status variant, you know very well within the field status variant we are having multiple field status groups. You must set up one by one, it is going to take half an hour. If you copy, it is going to take few seconds. Right? Okay. So multiple field status variants are already there. Which field status variant is going to be used? So let's suppose you have copied and created your own field status variant, and that is going to assign to your company code. Okay. So look at here. This field status variant, first of all, must have to assign to the company code. This is a company code level setting. Now, one thing is there. When you talk about number range, right? Number range is a company code level setting or client level setting. Okay, you look at here. So that we'll discuss. That is a question mark here. Okay, now we are having posting key. Okay, or else we are having, what is this, guys? How it is getting activated, that else. Okay, now we are having document type. Document type. So guys, document type is a client level setting. This is a client level setting. Is it going to be assigned to the company code? No. So what does it mean, guys? It means whatever document type we have created, see, I'll tell you why it is a client level setting. Why it is a client level setting? I'll tell you. This document type, whatever the document type we have created, right? The same document type can be used by multiple company code, or I mean to say all the company code. All the company code, whichever the company codes are there within this client, right? All company code can use that document type by default. Okay, so when the client level settings are there, no need to assign those settings to any company code. Client level settings are there, those settings are not going to be assigned to any company code. So for document type, assignment is not required. Why? Because it is a client level setting. Say for example, when you post a vendor invoice, there is a document type which is going to be used, that is KR document type. Okay, let's suppose here vendor credit memo. What is this? You guys will come to know when I start account payable. Don't worry. Okay, vendor credit memo means returns to the vendor. Okay, in detail we'll talk there. So we are having a document type KG. If you post vendor payment, we are going to use a document type KZ. Likewise, customer invoice, customer credit memo, customer payment. For that, we have to use document type DR, DZ, DZ, right? So now, if we talk about vendor invoice, it is going to be posted for Tata Steel. At the same time, it is going to be posted by Tata Motor also, right? If we talk about vendor credit memo, it is going to be posted for Tata Motor. It of course it will be posted for Tata Steel also. Same transactions in the sense like vendor invoice, vendor credit memo, vendor payment, customer invoice, customer credit memo, customer payment, or normal JV or asset related transactions, material related transactions. These all transactions will be posted for Tata Motor, for Tata Steel, for Tata Chemical, for every organizations, because these are the common transactions, guys, isn't it? In every organization, such kind of transactions are there. So if company code wise we started creating the document type, how many document type need to be created? Maybe several thousands document type need to be created. If let's suppose Tata Group is a very big organization, guys, which is having let's suppose 50 company code or 60 company codes, and document type also multiple types of transactions are there. So multiple document types are going to be used. So thousands of document type we need to set up, or more than thousands document type we need to set up. For every company code 40, 50, 60 document types are going to be set up, right? So same document type, let's suppose now, so how many document type? Multiple. So instead of that, SAP is saying that no, don't set up the document type for company codes and all, because the transactions are going to be posted. Similar kind of transactions are going to be posted for every company code. Okay. So now here document type will be common for every company code. So what happened? Even if you create a new document type, okay, let's suppose initially we are going to use this document type, SA document type for general ledger JV posting, in the sense GL to GL transaction. We'll see that, don't worry. Now, so when you copy, like let's suppose, chalo, I'll just do one thing. This. Okay, look at here, there was a question. What I have done, I've edited, I deleted one document type. I'll recommend all of you better not to delete any settings, because initially you guys don't know which one is the standard and which one is created by someone. So what I've done, I have deleted one setting and then I have just saved it. So a transport request got generated. This time I have deleted another setting, and if I'm going to save it, Control S. Look at here, at bottom it is saying data was saved. So every time transport request will not be generated, guys, isn't it? Once the transport request got generated on the same TR, now now if you make any further changes, by default it is going to be saved on the same TR. If you want now, transport request must be pop up, and this time I want to save on a different transport request. In that case, you have to refresh the screen. How to refresh? / and followed by transaction code. Okay, so refresh the screen, and then if you make any changes, let's suppose here I'm adding certain things. Okay, let's suppose certain things I have added. Okay, and if I save it, so there is a particular change. If you save, once again TR is going to be okay, and now again delete, and then you save it, Control S. Now TR is not going to generate it, data was saved. Okay, simple logic is there. Every time it is not. Now once the TR got generated, after that all these changes are going to be saved on the same TR. Okay, now so here let's suppose I'm going to copy this document type. In the sense, new document type is going to be created. So here document type. So give a different code which is unused. ZA I have given. Press enter. There is the document type. In the sense, a new document type got created, and you save it. Okay. So when this new document type created, after that what next? Is it going to be assigned to Tata Motor? No. Assignment is not required. Okay. Of course, this document type can be used by Tata Motor, but if it is required, it can be used by Tata Steel also. It can be used by Tata Chemical also. It can be used by any company code also. Okay. So here what is happening, guys? Assignment is not required. Business area we have created, but I said no need to assign this business area to company code. That is also a client level setting. Okay. In that still some questions will be there, but I'll tell you guys, for that you have to wait. As I said, like in very few session, I have given till now, isn't it? So that's what I'm saying, that all the questions cannot be clarified in a limited number of sessions. For that, multiple upcoming sessions are there. So there are certain questions which can be clarified right now in the current session. There are certain questions which might be there in your mind, which is going to be clarified now. There will be a question, you have created document type, why we have not assigned it to some against company code. Company codes are there, why we have not assigned to the company code. Look at here, I'm explaining this. Likewise, there might be some questions which can be clarified again in upcoming session automatically. Okay. Now, so what I have done, I have created this document type, no need to assign it. This is a client level setting. By default, these all document types are going to be used by all company code. So this is a client level setting. Now here, so no need to go for assignment. Posting key. Posting key, multiple posting keys are already delivered by SAP. And whatever posting keys are delivered, guys, that's it. That is sufficient enough. That is sufficient enough to use for a particular organization. However, if required, a new posting key can be created, but generally I can say that very rarely, or else whichever the posting keys are delivered by SAP, that itself is more than enough, which is going to meet the requirement. Okay. Now, but whatever posting keys are there, these posting keys are also a client level setting. Why? Because even if you set up a posting key, let's suppose, no need to assign this posting key to any company, right? Debit and credit. So debit credit for Tata Motor, Tata Steel, Tata Chemical, every company code, right? So this posting keys, whatever the posting keys are there, that is also going to be common, right? That is also going to be common for every company code. That is why SAP says no need to assign posting key. So assignment is not required. If assignment is not required, so this is called company code level setting. level setting, in the sense this posting period variant, fiscal year variant, right? Not here, I'll just, so this is company code level setting, this is also company code, this is also company code, right? These all are, and this is number range. Guys, tell me someone, is it a company code level setting or client level setting now? Someone just tell me if anybody is able to remember the screen of number range. Is it a company code level setting or client level setting? Repeat again.
Company code level setting.
Company code level setting.
Company code level setting. Okay.
Range.
Any further answer? Lakshmi, you want to say something? I'm not able to hear your voice because you have unmuted your audio.
So it's number in company level only, sir.
Company code level. Okay. So yes, it is a pretty simple thing, guys. See, that is what I'm saying, that here, if you go to FBN1, very simple, guys. So look at here, when you have to set up, so posting period variant, fiscal year variant, first of all, you have to create, and that is going to be assigned to the company code. So assignment is there. And when you create a number range, at the time of creation itself, first of all, you have to give the company code. No need to go for further assignment. First of all, you have to give the company code, and then we have to. So of course, this is a company code level setting. Here there is an involvement of company code, right? So number range is a company code level setting. Okay. When you talk about, so this must be assigned in the sense it is getting created. So this is a company code level setting. Document type, client level setting, right? Posting key, client level setting. Okay. Right now, very limited number of examples are there, guys. But in upcoming session, we'll be having multiple. Slowly, the number of topics are going to be increased, right? But if I explain right now, then automatically you guys can decide which one is company code level setting, which one is client level setting, right? Later on, few more things will come into picture. Okay. Now, somebody just tell me, what about tolerance group? Is it a client level setting or company code level setting, guys?
Company code only, sir, because we have to assign how much amount we have to.
Okay. Company code level only. What about other people, guys? Company code only or client level?
Company code level, sir.
Company code level. Why company code level?
Because sir, we have to give as a in a company credit amount, debit amount, discount.
No. Here I'll tell you. Yes, of course it is a company code level. It is already, so it's logged by Mona. So you just come out, and guys, when like I'll tell you. So look at here. It is the screen is locked. So just come out. Mona, you just come out. This is like your user ID only. Okay. So if let's suppose the screen is going to be locked. Once again, let's suppose I'm going to use. Now it is locked by user. So in that case, what happened, guys? So if you have to do certain setting, in that case, you can use SM12 transaction code. I have already seen like multiple people have posted these things, right? So even while creation of company code also I have shown this SM12, and then remove your user ID, and then you press enter, and then you can delete all whichever the user IDs are there. Okay. And then once again use OVA for transaction. Okay. Tolerance group, right? So look at here, when you set up tolerance group, here also you must have to enter the company code, for which company code we are setting this tolerance group. So if somebody asks like why tolerance group is a company code level setting, this is going to be created against a particular company code. Posting period variant, why it is a company code level setting? So after creation, you must have to assign to the company code. Then only that posting period variant is going to be considered by SAP for that part. In the sense that can be used. If you don't assign, it is not going to be used. System will throw error, right? You have created a posting period variant, and if you don't assign against your company code, SAP will check which posting period variant is assigned. If SAP found that there is no assignment, SAP will throw error that no, there is no posting period variant is assigned. Because how SAP will come to know that which posting period variant is for Tata Motor, right? So posting period variant is a client level setting, so that is why it is you must have to assign. But company code level setting. Posting period variant is a company code level setting, you must have to assign it. But document type is a client level setting. Assignment is not required. Directly it can be used, and it can be used by any company code, right? So this is what. Now I'll come back on my topic called posting key. I said it controls the fields which appears during transaction posting, right? Okay, try to understand. Look at here, guys. One thing, very one line is there. It controls the fields which appears during transaction posting. Same definition is there for. Let's suppose we are having the same definitions, that field status variant, and posting key. If you talk about the definition, both are having same definition. Okay, just first of all delete this. Okay, both are having same definitions. Let me delete these all things. Okay. Field status variant and posting key, same definitions. So I said, what is the difference? What is the difference? You try to understand, guys. What is the problem? Okay. So what is happening, guys? Why it is not appearing? Now look at here. So the definition is same in both, right? But if you notice here, I said field status variant, right, is a company code level setting, and posting key is a client level setting, right? So this is a company code level setting, right? And this is a client level setting. So what is the difference? Okay, now I'll tell you. So say for example, while posting a transaction, I told you people here, while posting a transaction, okay, so here, now let's suppose, just let me close this system. Okay, let me go to OBC4. This is our field status variant. What is my field status variant? TM22 itself, I says everybody that better to give you the same code, whatever your company code is there, so that it will be quite easy to remember. That is only the logic. I said like better to use the same code here for every settings, right? So that you'll be able to remember, because your company code easily you'll be able to remember, right? So field status variant also same code applicable. Now you look at here, you use field status group here. Let's suppose there is a text field, right? Now, so the text field is a optional entry or required entry, whatever it is. Okay. and then here go to OB41, that is for posting key. Okay, for posting key, any posting key guys, initially we are going to use 40 and 50. So I'll just open this one. Okay, field status, and here also. Now, so let's suppose these things I'm going to make it like this. Okay, so now here 40 and 50. So here also optional. Okay, and field status variant also. Let's suppose optional. It's okay. This is field status variant. Group it is coming under variant itself. Now, so there is a requirement. Text field must be a required entry. Okay, text field must be a required entry. Okay, two things are there, guys. Text field must be a required entry. Now here we are having multiple company code. Okay, now TS22, TC22, TH22, right? Likewise, any other company codes, right? Other company codes are there, multiple company codes. If Tata Motors says that text field, text field, right? Okay, must be required entry. Then what will happen, guys? In that case, and then let's suppose every company codes, different company codes, right? So every company codes are having their own field status variant. Okay, so if only Tata Motor says that text field must be a required entry, in that case what will happen, guys? You can apply this setting here, where in field status variant. Whereas when the all company codes said, every company codes are saying that text field must be a required entry for all. What does it mean, guys? It means every company codes are saying the same. So instead of doing this text field as a required entry, let's suppose, right? Now, if the same text field is going to be a required entry here at posting key level, this is the group, right? Field status group or what? This is field status group, and here also it is saying field status group itself, even though it is a posting key, right? It is a posting key. Okay. So this is posting key level, right? OB41. So here in posting key, at post, this is a client level setting. So if you made this same text field as a required entry, since this is a client level setting, and client level setting by default it is applicable to all company code. So if you made a changes at posting key level, when I made this text field as a required entry, so since posting key is a client level setting, so what is happening? Whatever setting you have done at posting key level, by default it is applicable to all company code, right? For posting key, assignment is not required. It is a client level setting. So when I use this text field as a required entry for posting key, let's suppose 40. So whenever the transactions are going to be posted for Tata Motor, Tata Steel, Tata Chemical, whichever company codes are going to use this posting key, guys, for all company code, text field become a required entry. Whereas if only for a particular company code, then what is happening? You can make this setting at field status variant level. Why? Because for Tata Motor, we are having different field status variant. For Tata Steel, different field status variant. For Tata Chemical, different field status variant. Every company codes are having their own field status variant. So if I made changes at this level, it means that impact is there for a particular company code only. Whereas if I made any changes at posting key level, then that impact is there to all company code. Why? Because it is a client level setting. Right? Simple question, that why SAP has given the same setting at two different places. One question, right? In order to explain this, it has taken completely 1 hour, right? Because if I simply say that field status variant is a client level setting and posting is a company code level setting, what about your understanding? It is going to be still 0. Because I'll tell you guys, see, and that is what is happening. I've seen multiple people, they knows this, that okay, this is a company code level setting, this is a client level setting. But I'll tell you guys how they know. Because simply somewhere they have searched on Google and let's suppose they got the answer, isn't it? But the understanding is not there. So from your answer, interviewer is going to derive the questions and it is impossible to justify the remaining things. Because you have mugged up. You have got this answer from somewhere, you just simply mugged up, right? So understanding is not there. When you say it is a client level setting, it is a company code level setting, the next question is, what do you mean by client level setting or company code level setting? Tell me. What is the difference between company code level setting and client level setting? How you will come to know that which one is a client level setting and which one is the company code level setting? Give me some example which you can say client level setting. Give me some example where you can say this is the company code level setting. And if you say this is a company code level setting, you justify how can it become a company code level setting? Isn't it? How many questions I derived? Right? So that's what I'm saying, guys. That's what I'm saying. That from your answer itself, people are going to derive the questions, and that is why most of the people are getting rejected. Why? Because there is no logic. So if you have a perfect understanding and all, it is pretty simple to justify and just, explain each and everything. So what is company code level setting? What is client level setting? Company code level setting means, look at here. You can say any setting which is going to be used at company code level only, that is called company code level setting. And any settings which can be used by any company code, that is client level setting. Posting period variant, it can be used by a particular company code wherever the assignments are going to happen. This is a company code level setting. Client level setting means posting key posting key document type. Why? Because it can be used by any company code. How can you say document type is a client level setting? Yes, it is a client level setting. We have created a document type, no need to assign to any company code. That document type can be used by any company code. How can you say posting period variant is a company code level setting? How you can say number range is a company code level setting? Because even though posting period variant I have created, but it cannot be used unless it is going to be assigned to a company code. How can you say number range is a company code level setting? Yes, because number range is going to be set up against a particular company code only. How you can say tolerance group is a company code level setting? Yes, tolerance group is also going to be set up against a particular company code. And this one also here I have seen some confusing answers even on Google also. Don't follow this, guys. As I said, that every answers are not given by the experts, isn't it? There are multiple answers which is given and written by the candidate students also, right? Okay, so here, how can you say that field status variant, fiscal year variant is a company code level setting? Yes, after creation, we must have to assign this to the company code. If we don't assign, it cannot be used, right? We have created another thing. We have created multiple posting period variant. Can it be used? Like, can we use entire posting period variant? No, out of which only one posting period variant can be used, and that too, it must be assigned to the company code. So here, dependencies are there in the sense you must have to assign to the company code to a particular settings. Then only it can be used. Whereas document type, after creation, no need to assign. Posting key, after creation, no need to assign. Even in upcoming session, business area, after creation, no need to assign. In upcoming session, guys, we are having multiple settings there also, so that you'll be having multiple example. Right now, these many settings only we have done. That is why limited number of examples are there. So I said posting key also control the fields which appears during transaction posting. Field status variant also control the fields which appears at the time of transaction posting, right? But what is the difference between both? Why same setting has been given by SAP at two different places? So the answer is Field status variant is a client level settings, company code level setting, and posting key is a client level setting. So if any particular field, let's suppose if we have made any particular field as a required entry, then that is going to be required entry only for a particular company code, because that field status variant, if it is assigned to one company code, it can be required entry for one company code. If it is assigned to two company code, it can be it can be a required entry for those two company codes only, not for all company codes, right? But when you make the same text field as a required entry against posting key, then by default it is going to be a required entry for all company code. Assignments are not required because posting key is a client level setting, right? Same can be tested at the time of transaction posting. You can see it's pretty simple. Okay, now there might be another question in your mind. Let's suppose I made this text field. Okay, I'll wrap up the session here itself. Text field as a required entry and text field as an optional entry. At field status variant, I made it as a required entry, and at posting key, if it is optional, which one is going to be considered, or vice versa? Okay, or else here I suppressed and here I made it required. Which one is optional? Which one is going to be accepted by SAP? Okay, that we can see, guys. This practically we can check. We can see, right? Very simple. We'll see practically and I'll let you know. Okay, when you go for certifications, then such kind of questions are going to be asked. Maybe during interview also. Interviewer means they are free to ask anything, right? So you must have to explain this, like what is happening. We'll see practically and then I'll explain this. Okay, so I'll wrap up the session here itself. This is all about the posting key, guys, and I have explained like how the if the same field status variant and posting key both are controlling the fields, what is the difference? Field status variant is a company code level setting. So if you make any field as a required, optional, or suppress, in the sense whatever the control is there, that is applicable to one company code. At posting key level, if you make the same changes, it is applicable to all company code because this is a client level setting. So hope you guys are able to understand these differences. Okay, so we'll wrap up the session, guys. That's all in this session.